You're checking out forthelatestonline.com. I'm on the phone today with a model who you may recognize his face. He's done work for designers such as Sean John, Coogee, Calvin Klein. He's done print ads for XXL Magazine, The Source, as well as Giant Magazine, and has even done some TV spots for Sex and the City and Law & Order. I'm talking to male supermodel Miguel Perdomo. How's it going, Miguel?
How's it going? I'm pretty good.
Got some questions I want to ask you, man, so I guess we're going to just jump right into it. And I want to ask you first, how did you get your start into modeling, and how did you get your start in the business?
Actually, I got my start. I went to a casting for Fat Farm back in, I think it was '97. I don't really remember what year it was. I'm sure it was like the late '90s. But I went to a casting with one of my friends from Fat Farm, and what happened was that he didn't get it. He didn't get it, and I ended up getting it, which was I mean, it was cool, but it was devastating at the same time because I really didn't want to model. He did, so it was like
right.
After they chose me, and I did the runway show. After that, it was like, everybody started getting a lot of phone calls from everyone, like, oh, who's this new guy? So I started working with all these urban lines, which was cool, which is great. And that's I got my start. Okay.
And it's sort of being a model, was it sort of what you expected it to be, or?
No, not really, because I wanted to be a basketball player or a boxer.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, model was like not even in my criteria.
But here you are, you're still doing your thing, man, so.
Nobody expects to be, what they grow up to be. I mean, when you're young, you want to be a reporter, whatever you want to be, but then you end up being something else. You're like, oh, okay, that's amazing. I'll take that too.
Right, definitely.
Which is cool. So.
Okay, and Miguel, let me ask you, what do you feel is the most, challenging or difficult part of being a model?
The most difficult part, I'd have to say, for me, because since I'm so tall, I always have to slim down all the time. And that's
right.
That's a difficult part for me.
Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you, how do you keep yourself in shape?
Actually, I do calisthenics. I don't lift weights at all. I just do calisthenics, basic pull-ups, dips, and a lot of crunches.
Okay. All right. And how does it feel to be known as the first Dominican male supermodel?
It feels great, man. Like it's overwhelming. It's very overwhelming. Like to have my own people like show me love and embrace me when they see me, which is great.
And then it's funny, I sort of want to add in the interview, when I, first came across your bio and I was looking at the shots of the ads you've done, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that dude a lot. I've seen your face like all over the place in New York. So you're definitely doing your thing, man.
I mean, it's part of the grind, man. I'm very blessed. I'm just trying to stay above water. As we're going through rough times right now, so. Definitely, just me and my publicist, we do it all together. So, I appreciate, thank you very much.
Cool, no problem. And let me ask you, what do you feel is the biggest misconception that people, have about models?
The biggest misconception is that a lot of people think that models do drugs and liquor and stuff like that, which is, drink and all that other stuff. That's not really true. I'm one of those guys that I keep myself healthy. I do see a lot of other models though that they take their little craziness far and beyond. But it's like everybody's their own person. Everybody's different.
Right.
And I'm not one of those anorexic guys.
All right. And Miguel, say if you weren't a model, modeling wasn't on the criteria, it wasn't even in the plans.
Basketball player or graphic designer. Graphic design that's my side job. Like I love doing graphics.
Oh yeah.
Since I draw graffiti, like I grew up, in the street. You pick up graffiti in the street. I didn't go to school for it. It was like I picked it up, and then I was like, all right, the next step. All the guys that I know, like all the legends of graffiti that I know, they all do graphic arts. Computers, it was like since we can't get paid for it on walls, might as well just put it on clothes.
Right. I hear you.
I was like, okay, so I can do that. So now I started applying myself now to graphics, which I'm learning now. Like it's phenomenal. Like I love doing it. It's actually fun picking it up from they're like my forefathers. I respect them, so it's like it's pretty good.
And speaking of your two spots, I know you've done some spots in the city, Sex and the City and Law and Order. Do you plan to do any more TV appearances or acting even?
Yeah, I'm actually working right now. We're working with a coach, for my acting coach now. Her name is Wendy McKenzie. She was the casting director for the movie Notorious.
Okay.
The Smalls movie, yeah. So I'm working with her right now. So we're gonna get the ball rolling now. So you'll see me more on TV as October and November comes through. I'll be on TV more often.
Right. Okay. Cool. Cool. And with work aside, modeling, everything else, when you're not working, what do you do to relax? To unwind.
I just hang out with my family because I really when I'm on set and when I'm working, I really don't see them as much. So when I have time, I hang out with them and I hang out with a bunch of my friends from grammar school. Like I still have the same amount of grammar school friends.
Right. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Definitely.
Like I don't like to add on. Like I just keep the same crew around me.
Right. Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. So.
Exactly. So okay. They know how I am. They know I'm real. So it's like I keep it moving.
Definitely. Definitely. And who would you say are your two personal favorite models? If you had to pick one male, one female model, what models do you like? Not including yourself.
Man. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say Tyson. That's the most generic answer ever. But I do respect him because he opened the door for everyone else.
Right.
But I'm gonna say, what's Halle Berry's husband's name, boyfriend name? I don't know his name, but you know who I'm talking about. He has
French guy,
like
right?
a lot of the French guy. He has a lot of great work. Like his ads they're amazing. I just don't know his name.
And
then girl, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with Tyra Banks because I respect her gangster. Like she came in the game, she did her thing, and a lot of people didn't think she was gonna do well after modeling, and now she has her own TV show and she's doing her thing.
Right.
I mean, that's what it's about. When you're in it, you gotta approach everything.
Right.
Approach every angle that you can.
Okay, Miguel. You mentioned something about having good ads. As you being a model, and being even in high demand that you're in, what do you think it takes to give a good ad or get a good shot?
To get a good shot, I mean, it's frustrating. I'm not gonna say it's the easiest job ever because it's very frustrating. You got to take like at least 300 to 400 frames of the same actual picture just to get the perfect one.
Right.
That's frustrating, but I mean, you just gotta have confidence and just know what you're doing. Don't go there because like the saying goes, time is money.
Right.
A lot of companies, a lot of clients, they want you to work fast just so they can move on to the next frame, to the next shot, to the next look.
Right.
You don't want to be on set wasting their time because they feel like you're wasting their money if you keep messing up. So when you go on set, just be confident.
Okay.
Hit your points, hit your cue marks. Like it's more than just looking good. You have to actually sell the clothes.
Definitely. Okay. And what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment to date as a model?
To be tagged the first Dominican male supermodel is a big accomplishment.
Right.
Just because of the fact that like being that New York is so big and it's like that's like a broad criteria, which is I hold the belt proudly.
Right.
Not only Dominicans, I represent for all Latinos in general.
All right. And what projects are you currently featured in and or working on at the moment?
Right now, on the moment, I'm actually the face of Virgin Islands Fashion Week. So it's like basically Caribbean Fashion Week. I'll be out there in October. Okay. Which is that's like an amazing look.
Definitely. And where can people check you out online?
You can check me out on MySpace. MySpace.com/Miguel Perdomo 23. You can also hit me up on Facebook, Miguel Perdomo. I'm on Twitter as well, and Perdomo 23. we're all over the board. I'm actually gonna get a LinkedIn page this week.
Okay, that's cool.
So we're working on that, and then I should have my website up by September, which will be MiguelPerdomo.com.
All right, man. Well, I definitely want to thank you for your time, Miguel, man. I definitely respect what you're doing, respect your hustle, and I wish you the best with everything.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.